With the news dropping today that Erik Ten Haag has been sacked as the manager of Manchester United, it's been a long time coming, let's be honest. Today I've decided to check and see how two of the bookies' favourites, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Gareth Southgate, would get on as the manager of Manchester United. What we're going to do is we're going to simulate through their careers as the managers, see what kind of transfers they make, see how they play tactically, see who wins trophies if any, and first and foremost, can either of them bring Manchester United back to the top of English and European football? We'll jump straight in and we will show you exactly how Ruud van Nistelrooy gets on at the Old Trafford club. So as we can see, at the end of Season 1, Van Nistelrooy is still here with a 55% win ratio for Manchester United. We'll go and take a look at the competitions, see what sort of things they've potentially won. Unfortunately lost out in the Community Shield, knocked out in the fourth rounds of both the Carabao and Emirates FA Cup. Unfortunately, Fulham and Southampton both pretty poor in my opinion. They have however won the Europa League, beating Atletico Madrid on penalties, which is a great result so far, and they finished fourth in the Premier League. If we take a look at the table, you can see they finished on 70 points, 11 points behind Manchester City. So overall, a pretty good season for the first season. We'll take a look and see what kind of transfers they have made. Pedro, the Brazilian striker, has come in for £18 million. He looks like he's had a reasonable season. He has managed to score 10 goals in 25 starts, 16 sub appearances, so reasonable output for him so far. Thomas Lemar, the Frenchman's come in for £80 million. Predominantly played on the left wing, I would assume. He's not started as many games as I would like, especially if you're signing him for that sort of money. And David Raum's come in for £28.5 million, the left back. He started 21 games, came off the bench 8 times, so neither of the three signings actually played that often for the team. We'll take a look and see what they've been running tactically. They have been going with a 4-3-3. It looks like it's been Onana and goal, a back four of Dalot, De Ligt, Martinez and Shaw, midfield three of Ugarte, Mount and Fernandes, with Rashford and Garnacho on the wings, with Rasmus Højlund leading the line. So we have it, that is how the Premier League season finished, 4th place as we saw for Manchester United, so overall, good first season. We'll skip to the end of season 2 and see if he's done any better. Here we are at the end of season number 2, and we can see runners up in the Carabao Cup this season. Runners up to Arsenal in 2-1 unfortunately. They managed to win the FA Cup this time, beating Norwich 3-0 in the final. Surprising to see them get there. They won the UEFA Super Cup, beating Manchester City on penalties. Fortunately round the 16 exit in the Champions League to Liverpool, but they have finished 5th in the Premier League this year. So down a place, just 2 points less than last season, so not ideal. But if we take a look and see what sort of transfers they've made. Jadon Sancho's went out to Chelsea permanently for £17 million. Malacia's away to Ajax for £9 million. Eriksen's away to Saudi Arabia for £5.5 million. Nice payday for him. I mean, he's only on £59,000, so maybe not quite as good a payday as some of the others, but you know, chase that bag while you can. And Lindelof's away to Brighton for around £29 million. So some pretty, you know, rotation options have went out, so let's see who they've managed to bring in this season. Amrabat came in permanently for £20 million in the midfield areas. Nicolas Zaniolo has joined the club for £30 million, played a little bit, 17 starts, 14 sub appearances, scored 6 goals, provided 3 assists in that time. Naipan's come in for £6 million, he only made 1 start and 1 sub appearance, so he's one for the future obviously. And Eric Garcia has come in on loan, he played 20 times from the start, came off the bench 6 times, on loan from Barcelona. We'll see if they make that permanent. There we have it, another reasonably successful season for Ruud van Nistelrooy in charge of Manchester United. We'll go to the end of the next season and see if he's managed to add a 4th trophy to his cabinet. In this season we just have the 2 runners-up spots. Community Shield getting absolutely battered 4-0 by Liverpool. Carabao semi-final exit to Arsenal. Emirates FA Cup, they lost 3-2 to Chelsea in that final. And in the Champions League, a round of 16 exit to Villarreal. I'd maybe be expecting a bit more. And another 5th placed finish in the league. Transfer wise this season, Alistair Johnson came in from Celtic for £26 million, 27-year-old Canadian right back. He looks okay, maybe not really the Man United signing I would expect, but out of everybody they have signed so far, as you can see, he has played 52 times for the Red Devils, more than any other player in any of the seasons we've checked so far that's been signed. As well as goalkeeper Lucas Chevalier, I've probably butchered that, I'm pretty sure the Gibbs show let me know, but really good goalkeeper, 24-year-old Frenchman, 9 caps so far, a very good player overall. He has managed to keep 19 clean sheets. He did concede 16 in 55 games, but it's early days for the Frenchman at Man United. And in terms of those leaving, Amrabat came in permanently last summer. He's away already. He is away, and it actually looks like he might have left in January. He was sold to Al Sadd for £20 million. So again, a reasonable season all round for Manchester United. As you can see, Van Nistelrooy is still there. He's managed 181 games for the club and got a 54% win ratio. So we're actually going to speed it up now and we'll go to the end of his time at Manchester United and see if he's managed to add any more trophies. Maybe take a look at some more of the key players and just see exactly how the Ruud van Nistelrooy period at Manchester United would go. So here we are, it is May 2029, Ruud van Nistelrooy is no longer the manager of Manchester United. As you can see, he managed 347 games, winning 200 of them with a win percentage of 57%. So a pretty reasonable time for him. We'll take a look at his milestones actually and have a look that way, see how he's done. So he won the Europa League in 2024, we actually missed that he won the European South American Club Challenge Winners, whatever that is. The UEFA Super Cup, we saw that. They won the FA Cup in 2025, but then after those first 2 seasons, it didn't go brilliantly for him. He finished his career with no other trophy wins for Manchester United. It's because he's just been sacked. We'll take a look at the Man United squad, see exactly what sort of squad he's managed to build here. So as we can see, we saw Chevalier in goal, Silva Onana, Lenny Yoros here, Lukeba, Delict, Gertruda. Any other players that we can see coming in, there's some reasonable names. Gabri Vegas coming from Saudi Arabia. Brennan Johnson's here. Shaquille Van Persie, how does he look? He looks not too bad. He's played 31 times for Man United, scoring 6 goals. And Samu's got 52 goals in 96 games for Man United. Really good for him. Just look at those physicals. This man's an absolute beast. Any other? Kai Rooney's obviously here. He looks not too bad. He looks okay. Probably got a lot of room to grow. Still 19, although he's on £205,000 a week. I just saw that is absolutely mental. Zaniolo's away on loan. So overall, it looks like Manchester United have done okay with Ruud van Nistelrooy. He won 4 trophies in his first couple of seasons, but then after that, he just tailed off. But he did manage over 300 games for the club. So Man United fans, would you accept Ruud van Nistelrooy with that sort of career as your new manager? Let me know in the comments below, and next up we will check and see how Gareth Southgate will get on at Old Trafford. So here we are with Gareth Southgate in June 2024. He has survived the season at least with 56 games played with a win percentage of 51%. We'll take a look and see if he's managed to win anything in his first season at Manchester. If we look at the competitions, they won the Community Shield. If we take a look at that, they beat Manchester City on penalties. 3rd round exit at the Carabao Cup to Newcastle, quarter-final FA Cup to Chelsea, and a semi-final defeat to Spurs in the Europa League. Finished 5th in the first season of the Premier League, finished on 66 points, so not as good as Ruud van Nistelrooy in the initial season. Take a look at the signings they've made, see how they've got on. Both Ruud van Nistelrooy and Southgate will sign Thomas Lemar. Thomas Lemar came in for £24 million, which is a little bit more pricey than what Ruud van Nistelrooy paid for him. We'll see if he has a better career under Southgate than he did on Ruud, although he started less games this first season. Gianluca Mancini came in for £44 million, massive outlay for him, and he only played 11 games for Gareth Southgate. If we take a look at his injuries, has he had many injuries? Not really. He's only been out for a couple of weeks here and there, so maybe a bit of a flop for that massive outlay there. And Tallis Magno came in for £13.5 million, and he came off the bench 10 times for Manchester United, but that is all. So again, it looks like money has not been well spent at this club by either Van Nistelrooy or Southgate in the first season. And Amar Dedic also came in for around £18 million. Again, only started the 18 games, came off the bench 11 times. Not a massive amount of games played for him, but you know, we'll see if he fits into the Man United system under Southgate. End of season 2, Gareth Southgate's still here, 112 games played, still just a 50% win ratio, not the best. But we'll take a look and see what they've managed to win in the past season. Nothing. Semi-final exit to City in the Carabao Cup, 3rd round exit to Liverpool in the FA Cup, quarter-final exit to PSG in the Champions League, and they finished down in 8th place in the Premier League this season. A massive 26 points behind Manchester City. That's not great at all. He does still seem to be in the job, however, so you know, he must have some backing somewhere. In terms of transfers this season, Mark Gay, he came in for a whopping £77 million, started 44 times, the 24-year-old Englishman, so he's probably come in and replaced Mancini already. Giovanni's come in from Al Sadd for £10 million. He came off the bench once in the Carabao Cup. Why? Like, why sign a player if that's all you're going to do? And Pedro has come in for £10 million. A different Pedro compared to the one that was signed by Ruud van Nistelrooy, but he's played alright. He's played, it looks like, for the youth teams, 19 goals, 6 assists in 36 games, so he could be one for the future to keep an eye on for Manchester United under Southgate. And in terms of those leaving, Lindelof's away to Frankfurt for £19 million again. He was sold by Ruud van Nistelrooy, so it's no surprises here. Again, Jadon Sancho has made a permanent switch to Chelsea for the £17 million. Now jump ahead to the end of season 3 and see if Southgate's managed to actually win something in his time here. The end of season number 3, 169 games have been managed for Man United by Gareth Southgate with a win percentage of 52%, so he's crept up slightly. How have they got on this season in terms of trophies? They've won the Europa Conference League. They managed to beat Real Betis 2-1 in that final. If we take a look, we can see Garnacho and Chiodze Obi, not sure who that is. So the 85th minute, he's a youth academy product from Manchester United, good for that boy. And yeah, so a European trophy has been won by both managers. And then if we look in the league, 8th place, this is not going well for Gareth Southgate, it looks like, but he's still in a job, he's still there. In terms of transfers, Harvey Barnes came in for £18 million, started 4 games, played 15 times off the bench, he got 3 assists, nothing great, nothing terrible, so you know, homegrown quota has been sorted there, I suppose. Daniel Iverson's come in on a free transfer, 28-year-old Danish goalkeeper, obviously just there as a backup. Alexander Baz come in for £48 million. He started 15 games for the club, came off the bench 8 times. Again, he looks like he is a rotation or a backup option for them. And Jerdy Schouten has come in, he's played 8 times, came off the bench 19 times, and he cost them £56 million. And then another waste of money by the looks of it. And the only notable out was Bayender to Besiktas for £9 million, so that's no massive change there. What we'll do is we will take a look and see if we're still running the same tactics. We are still running that 4-2-3-1. It looks like it's Onana, Mazauri, Delict, Gehi, Shaw, Ugarte, Menu, Garnacho, Fernandes, Rashford, Zirkzee. So no massive changes for the club. What we're going to do is, just like with Ruud van Nistelrooy, we will skip forward to the end of Southgate's time at Manchester United and see how he compares to Ruud van Nistelrooy. Will he last in the job longer? Maybe, although it's not looking great in the early seasons. And will he maybe start winning some valuable trophies? Here we have Gareth Southgate in June 2033. He is no longer employed. He was sacked in the December. He managed Manchester United for 526 games with a win ratio of 54%, so that did creep up time and time again. In terms of milestones, we saw the Community Shield win, we saw the Conference League win. He then won the Europa League and the European South American Challenge Cups. If we take a look, who did we beat in that final? We'll go to the history. Manchester United managed to beat Brentford, surprisingly, in the 29-30 final. That is quite a confusing one to see, but good for English football. If we take a look, Aaron Hickey scored a goal, Pedrola and Garnacho. We will actually go and look and see how the Man United squad looks these days, see how much more they've been able to add to the squad. Philip Jurgensen is in the squad, Lenny Yoro, how much has he played since he's been here? 199 games, he's played quite well for Man United and Southgate. Tommy Yasu's in on loan, Aaron Hickey came in. He's played 172 games for Man United. He came in for £33 million, now valued between £47 and £142 million. 30-year-old Scotsman, very good for him. If we take a look as well, you've Mason Mount still here, Francisco Conceição is here. He's played 29 games for Man United. He only came in recently for £31.5 million. Good to see him here. Kobe Mainoo, how's he been developing? He's developed into a beast. This guy looks phenomenal. 321 games for Man United, he's got 48 caps for England, he looks great at the moment. Then if we also take a look back, Garnacho, how's he developed? 28-year-old, he's played 332 times for Man United, physically absolutely brilliant. He does look like a very good player. He has, as we've seen, he's played a lot of games, starting to score quite a lot of goals for Man United. And any other standout names we can see, Rasmus Højlund, I want to see how he's getting on. 30 years old, he has played a ton of games for Man United and he is always bagging the goals. So we have it, that is how Manchester United have done with both Ruud van Nistelrooy and Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate lasted longer in the job than Ruud van Nistelrooy, however, it does look like Ruud van Nistelrooy was the more successful of the two. If we actually look here, you can see Manchester United actually finished down in 12th. So he was sacked in December and they were sitting around 13th. So the new managers come in, they've not been able to recover from that. Man United have finished 12th in Southgate's final season. There we have it, this was just a quick fun experiment I wanted to try out just with the news of Erik Ten Haag obviously being sacked. Let me know down below, if you're a Man United fan, who would you rather see in charge, Ruud van Nistelrooy or Gareth Southgate? Not based on this experiment at all, but just in general, who would you like to see come in and manage your club? And as always, like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time.